Hello everyone, this is Light on the Tube, playing Destiny of course, and because of that I just started a series how to open up the Thorn, the depleted hand cannon in some way. I was on to find an easy way to get it. That's how I try to make the first part of it, and the second part is when you just need to kill Phogoth guy, and you will need to but before you don't need to kill Phogoth. There is a friend of Phogoth who will be there at the Phogoth, and then I will need to kill the friend of it, and because of that it's just not that easy that you are just changing to the mission and you are just going in. So for that I was thinking on that I'm just trying to find and show you a good way how to do it easily. Before parts won't be problem till you are going to get to decode the runes. You will have to use this cover, because from here the enemy just won't be able to hit you, and you will be able to shoot back, even for that he is not hitting. So it will be your best friend, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the damage of the weapon damages, which if you can watch, if you seeing my weapon indicators at the bottom left corner of the screen, then you can see next to the 5 and the 19 two different types of damage, which shown to you by the color of it. And that's the point of these kind of missions, because in that way most of the time if you are just getting a shielded enemy against you and you are just hitting it, but I'm talking about the guy who have a shield, but because of the guys who does not, it just doesn't count there. But yeah, I'm not seeing right now because I just killed them, because I just wanted to be sure that it's just working like how I was thinking on. So oh yeah, that's the best, because that could be a biggest problem for anybody. I do hate them, so I'm going to show you how to do it easier. Of course they are just going to shoot you all the time, blah blah blah. The point, every enemy has, okay, you see, it was resisting. Let's just change to my flame, because I think it's just going to need against it, and it just did not resist it. It took down their shield, and with simple weapon you are just able to kill it, because it do not have any ammo anymore. And of course I was not able to hit because I just got rushed by it, but of course the point is the same, that if you are just on to kill them, then you just need to hit it, the shield just taken down, and then you are just able to shoot it down with whatever you want. The point is that you need to take down its shield, of course, and if it's resisting still, if you are using the fire damage, then you try to use another one. I'm not sure that it's really connected to each kind of enemies, but the warlock maybe need flames, and knights need the blue one, so it's a different kind, but the point is the same, because you will need to change weapon, and for that you will need to use all your weapon kinds, because that's not a good thing. You only should change during it in combat if you really need to, but in that way, if you don't want to change it all the time, you need to use two different kind of damaging types of weapon, because in that way, if I don't know, if I got against a wizard, I'm using the flame and it takes down its shield, and then with normal weapon I can take down its shield, because it's not shielded anymore. Of course, in some way it was an easy thing. But the next one is going to be the knight, I guess, and it's going to be resisted. I'm going to show it to you because it's really interesting. But of course, I'm thinking on how to show you in a constant experimental result. But of course, I will need to take this little shit from there because it's just not really good there. Then it's just really staying in cover. Look at this bitch. Okay, so the next one is going to be these. Oh yeah, if I just watching, but and how? Yeah, there is no such enemy like the big bad knights. So let's just kill them one by one. Of course, you don't need to rush. Of course, at least you just should not. Oh, for some reason it's just opening, but I still see a knight there, which will resist for my flame firing. It doesn't matter what kind of a weapon you are using. For each kind of weapon, it has its own look at this. Oh, but it's going to come up and then it's going to. So it just resisted. Even for that, I was able to took down its health. It was because it was not the Hallowed Knight. I guess it was just Shima. It was just a simple knight. But in that way, with the Hallowed Knight, I think I just won't be able to shoot down its shield. But in that way, it's going to taken down by, because look at this, resist, and it still had a little bit of shield. And okay, it's not the same weapon, I do know, but it's really not that counting. What count so that it was resisting, and right now it's not going to resist. So in that way, let's just hit him on its chest, not to get a headshot, but it did not get resist, and it just completely destroyed its shield. And in that way, of course, with a simple weapon you are able to finish him off. And that's the point. Against each kind of enemies you really need to take your weapon, and that's the point. If you are just having problems and you are just seeing the resist thing all the time, then start to think what kind of other weapon you should use instead of what you are using now, because you will need another kind of damaging weapon to achieve your goal, I guess. So in that way, I think it should help you to how to take out the enemies. And don't forget that cover should help you if the enemy is just shooting from there. Of course of course they can shoot into it, but it won't be that easy for them. So for that, after you are getting shot, you can run away. Yeah, it's your decision. I just wanted you to know that there is a chance to take down enemies easier if you are using the correct weapon for it, because there are differences in them. And yeah, I don't know what is it going to be, because it's going to be the Phogoth guy down there somewhere. Oh yeah, Hallowed Knight, resist of course, because it's just not doing such things. But with the sniper I will be able, because it has a blue damage addition or some way, and so for that of course I am able to take Ascendant Ogre. Let's just examine it later, because yeah, that's a new thing for me, that that it has really differences during, I mean, between weapons like this. It's mostly connected to those enemies who has shields, because only in that way you need you might find the title that is just resisting, because in any other way it's going to kill the enemy like how it should. Okay, at least the Ogre is just not resisting, right? It's just, yeah, it's just in some way it's much easier enemy than the knight itself. Even for that I do have a lot of invisible wall. Yeah, it's an invisible. Oh yeah, invisible wall. Huh. Just saves me. Tangitos. Okay, of course I should not. I should change stance, and in that way it would be better, I guess. And of course I should use this one out, and in that way it will be great, because no shield. Oh damn, it's just recharging fast, of course, but it doesn't matter. Let's just take it down again, and let's just not let it recharge itself, of course. Yeah, I'm not saying that they are going to be easy, but I'm saying that they are going to be easier if you are just seeing that they are going to die because they just don't have the shield. So the first thing what you will need to do all the time is to take down their shield and keep it down. So if it has the enemy has supporters around it, then try to take care of the supporters first, of course, and then not try to waste too much bullet on the guy, because in that way you are not going to be able to use it well. But I did find almost against enemy one shot from the exact and correct weapon will be enough if you are just using it that way how you should. Because look at this Ascendant Knight resisting against knights. I'm thinking now that the blue one is just working right against those enemies who just do not have any kind of shields. Of course, you don't need to waste any kind of other bullets, and in that way they are just dying as well, of course. But against those who have shield, you should use the right weapon, because in that way it's just really getting down its health, and in that way you are just really able to fight against. Oh yeah, I do know that I just should not come this way. Damn. Okay, I was just... Okay, I think I should pick it up if I do have such thing like weapon parts, because it's not going to be great for anything else unless, let's just check it out, because it can happen that it might have another kind of... do you see, it's just the same attack damage, it's the purple. So I'm dismantling this one because I do have almost the same, just better. I do have the same weapon kind, but it's just better what I do have. So of course in weapon parts it will be better, I guess. Let's just do, and in this way I think you will be able to progress forward, because of course these enemies, I don't think there will be too many problems with it. Ascendant Wizard is the same. If I'm just seeing it and shooting into it with this, it's just resisting and only takes not even the half of it. And then let's just take down with rocket launcher, and in that way he just got killed instantly, because my weapon just hit through the resisting type of shield, and then it just really made the damage. So it's even more important than to bring a very good weapon. Your weapon just becoming good from this if you are just using it correctly against those enemies who just needs to taken down by that kind of damage type. These kind of enemies who does not have any kind of shield, of course, you can kill them with anything you want to, and they won't resist. It only counts for those who are just resisting, and because of that they are just resisting. Of course I will need to take them down, but of course because of that, oh look at this, because of that I just do not have any kind of anything like a rocket launcher. I should... Yeah, I think I just should gather some purple bling, but if I won't have... Yeah, for that kind of purpose... So for these kind of purposes, of course, I'm always keeping ammunition with myself. Okay, it costs money, I do know it not even cost less, it costs much, but if you are just comparing it, count what you do, what do you want. If you want the Thorn, you can pay for it a bit, I guess, to make it accessible for you. Think it that way, that it became accessible for you. Look at this, I'm just hitting it and it's just getting killed instantly. And I do not need to fight against, I just need to hit it once. And it's just gone. Because of that I just used the correct weapon, and I'm not talking about the rocket launcher itself. I'm talking about the correct kind of weapon, which means that the damage should chosen properly, I guess. Because I know the knights are blue, so let's just try to do it with the blue damage type, and that way the shield's just gone again. Let's just throw a grenade on it, of course, because grenade just working fine against all the time, but because let's just try to do this. I'm not really good in this because I'm just not really using this one out, and it can happen that I'm going to get killed by it because I'm really not good at this thing. Then I'm just laming around, I guess. Oh yeah, I was thinking it. Okay, but at least I got through that part. Okay, I just don't like to get killed. I always got distracted by it, but I don't think it has any kind of issue because of course I'm able to get there again. Even for that I will need to try this from the beginning, but I do still able to know that thing that I'm just can take that shield down, of course, and in that way, of course, I'm just really able to take them down. Yeah, I think it was the perfect example why to kill the supporters first and then go after the big guy all the time. Let's just do this, but yeah, it just okay, it just got immune, it's just reloading, but of course it just not be able to reload its shield, and in that way of course it's just really great for me. So oh yeah, I'm proceeding, of course, and even for that I just had to restart it because I just made that thing what I'm just not really good at, and I not really know how it works well. So for that, of course, I should not get into their place in so many ways, I guess. But I just did, and yeah, let's just try to proceed because I'm just not on to fight against them. I'm on to proceed, and in that way I just do know that I should do this. Oh yeah, come back. Because of that I just used the correct weapon and I just took its shield down. From behind as well. It's just not great, of course. Of course you can use your weapon against them to make a better result because it's going to take him down, of course, but in that way you are just in some way wasting bullets if you don't need to. But again, against two hollow knights sometimes you really need to sacrifice bullets. Of course it doesn't really matter, it's not a problem. You have to decide when and where you are just using your ammunition, but choose wisely, because if you are just choose wrong then it will cost your life. That's the difference between getting the Thorn and not getting the Thorn. Believe me, I started, I'm a skilled player and I had trouble with it, and I just thinking on that, damn, I just thinking on that it is fucking hard, and I just changed this and damn, it's just not that hard because the enemy is just dying Look at this. I do want to kill this guy. Okay, shoot its shield down before.